The variety we grow and all the diversity definitely has brought a lot of different type of people to our stand. I love my customers. It's a nice relationship. You know, they come to get the mushrooms, but they also come to see me.
Well, we get a lot of vegan, vegetarian people looking for food, or strange product enthusiasts who are just like, these are kind of weird and we're all about them because they're weird. A lot of like, hey, where can I get some shrooms from like some crackhead in San Francisco all the time. A lot of restaurants in the area come in here too. It's just a ton of different people here.
My customers have been my customers, depending on what market I've done, can be 30 years.
A really long time ago, when I was like 13 years old or so, I started filling in at farmers markets.
So my family owns this company, and I started working when I was 13. First, start out with the raw material. Our raw material is red oak sawdust. The sawdust we get from a furniture maker, and then the rice bran we get from an organic rice producer. It's the waste products that come down. It's like the whole of the rice. The sterilization process that is required for basically killing everything in the substrate before we then inoculate the mushroom does take a lot of energy because we are producing steam at such a large volume that we have to use big boilers. The only issue we still have is the plastic that we use. We can't recycle. And so that, I would say, is our number one waste at the farm.
It's more expensive to grow organically. The fact that you're not allowed to use pesticides and things like that is the reason we have to use that very expensive filtered bag to grow our mushrooms.
Like the ones that we grow are all like wood-based mushrooms, and they're more expensive than like the white common mushrooms you see or portobellas, because those are all compost-based. And so the process of growing that is a little bit easier. You can do it in a little bit larger scale, and you get more yield per amount of like square footage.
Well, Whole Foods is a great company to work with. They are interested in local farmers. They're interested in having organic. They are a priority for us to try to maintain a good relationship with them and also to be able to increase our production to keep meeting their needs. Difference between the farmer's market and going to a grocery store is definitely freshness, because I'm bringing mushrooms in that were cut the day before. We can bring in mushrooms that are really perishable, like the yellows and the pinks and things that you would never see in a regular grocery store, because Safeway is going to be a delay by 3 or 4 days. Farmers markets are definitely the more profitable way of going, because you're selling your product as a retail level and a retail pricing instead of a wholesale pricing.
Well, we are talking about increasing production here for, I think we're going to add do about 30% more production. We're just looking at increasing shiitake production because that's where our demand has been really, really, really high. We are underproducing right now for what the market is demanding, and we're pretty much the only people nowadays in California that are producing shiitake in this large scale.
How we got started selling mushrooms. So I was a teacher, and John worked for San Francisco Police Department as a dispatcher. Eventually I quit my job and John quit his job, and we just kind of continued on doing more and more farmers markets.
I've always been interested in science, but I didn't really know that it was going to be mushroom related or anything in that area. It was just something my family did to make an income, but never like a desire as much as I have now.